Welcome back to our masterclass on metamorphic rocks. Today, we're diving into two fundamental concepts, metamorphic grade and metamorphic facies. These are the tools geologists use to read the stories locked within these incredible rocks. So, let's get started. First, what is metamorphic grade? Think of it like a thermometer and a pressure gauge for rocks. It describes the intensity of metamorphism a rock has experienced. We classify it as low, intermediate, or high grade. Low-grade metamorphism happens at relatively low temperatures and pressures. Imagine a shale being gently cooked and squeezed. It might turn into slate, with its minerals just beginning to realign. As we increase the heat and pressure, we move into intermediate grade. Our slate might become a schist, characterized by larger, visible mica crystals that give it a sparkly sheen. Finally, at very high temperatures and pressures, we reach high-grade metamorphism. The schist could transform into a gneiss, where minerals separate into distinct light and dark bands. So, from slate to schist to gneiss, we see a clear progression of increasing metamorphic grade. This progression tells us how deep and how hot the rock was during its transformation. Now, let's talk about metamorphic facies. This concept is a bit more nuanced, but incredibly powerful. A metamorphic facies is a set of mineral assemblages that form under a specific, well-defined range of pressure and temperature conditions. It doesn't matter what the original rock was. If different rocks are metamorphosed in the same pressure-temperature environment, they will develop mineral assemblages belonging to the same facies. Think of it like a specific recipe. Whether you start with flour or cornmeal, if you bake them at the same temperature for the same amount of time, you get a certain type of baked good. Similarly, whether you start with a basalt or a mudstone, if they're subjected to the same metamorphic conditions, they'll end up with minerals characteristic of, say, the greenschist facies. Why is this so useful? Because different tectonic settings have distinct pressure-temperature profiles. For example, in a subduction zone, a tectonic plate is being forced deep into the mantle. This creates a high-pressure but relatively low-temperature environment. Rocks here will develop minerals of the blue schist facies, which includes the distinctive blue mineral glaucophane. In contrast, near a large magma intrusion, the pressure might be low, but the temperature is very high. This creates a contact aureole where rocks belong to the Hornfels facies. By identifying the facies of a metamorphic rock, we can work backward to understand the geological environment where it formed. We can reconstruct ancient mountain belts, vanish subduction zones, and the deep history of our continents. In essence, metamorphic grade gives us a general sense of the intensity, while metamorphic facies provides a precise fingerprint of the pressure and temperature conditions. Together, they allow us to translate the mineralogy of a rock